Hello everyone, I'm Pavni and welcome to my channel. On this channel, I create videos on learning, self-growth as well as edtech. So in case this is something that interests you, then consider subscribing to the channel and stay connected. Gamification is one concept through which we can make any concept fun to learn. For this video, you might want to sit down with a pen and paper or some arrangement wherein you can make notes, because through this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step plan through which you can implement gamification for your work or else learning. So make sure that you watch the video till the very end, and without further ado, now let's get started. Now, a few days ago, I watched a TED Talk by the co-founder of Duolingo, wherein he was explaining that how they made use of gamification so that they can make learning fun. And I was able to relate to what he was talking in that session, because I personally have used gamification for my classes and I found them to be truly effective. Now, just for context, back in India, I used to work as a school teacher, wherein I would handle students from grade 1 to grade 5, and one of the subjects that I used to teach was coding. I would use apps like CS First or else Scratch, and since they were based on the concept of gamification, the students used to enjoy them a lot, the classes used to be engaging, and I as a teacher was very happy because my students, my children, would learn logical as well as analytical thinking through these classes. So you see, it's a win-win for both of us, the learner as well as teacher. And gamification is one concept which we can implement both in our work as well as in our classes. Now, what is gamification? It is a process of teaching wherein we make use of the concepts that is involved in games. For example, we can have different levels. We can have challenges around the topics that we want to teach. And once the student or the learner has completed these challenges, they can move from one level to another. We can include concepts of rewards as well as badges to encourage the learner. We can also turn this into a team activity so that the learners get to collaborate with their co-learners, with their peers. And in this way, we can involve these simple concepts from games and we can turn learning into fun. Now, when it comes to the space of education, there are n number of examples, there are n number of places wherein we can use the concept of gamification. But whereas when it comes to work, we can use the concept of gamification when we are onboarding new people into the company, or else when we want to train our users or customers, or else when you want to implement new processes. We can turn all of them into fun activities by making use of gamification. Now, irrespective of where we are using gamification, the concepts will remain the same. So I will use a very simple concept like addition, explain the entire step-by-step process of gamification so that it is easier for everyone to understand. Now, if I want to teach addition to my children, first I would list down that what are the topics that are involved. First, I would want to start off with, say, addition of two numbers or addition with objects, and then addition using number lines, and then addition via word problems or else scenario-based problems. So once I have identified this, I would then go ahead and start developing the challenges or the games that I want to have on these topics. For example, if I'm considering the topic of addition with number line, then I can have a very simple game. Like I can have different numbers on the floor and I can ask my children to jump from one number to another in order to do addition using word problems. So this can be one of the game or one of the challenge that I can include over here. Once my topics and once my challenges have been decided and have been finalized, I can then decide on the level as well. For example, I can say that if my student or if my child can do addition using objects, then it means that they have completed level 1. If my students can do addition using number line, then they have finished level 2. So in this way, once we have identified the topics as well as challenges, we can also decide on the levels that we want to include in the game. Whenever my students move from one level to another level, I can give them either points or else badges or rewards so that we can encourage them. To make this more fun, I can also develop a story or a theme around this whole concept. Now, coming to the same example, since I'm dealing with additions, maybe my theme would be that a farmer is trying to find 7 apples or else 18 bananas or else 8 lemons in his farm. So let us help the farmer to find all of these objects. And then through these additions, we will be collecting those fruits and we will be handing it over to the farmer. So in this way, we can come up with a simple theme or a simple storyline just to make it much more interesting and engaging. We can divide the entire group of learners into teams so that they can collaborate with their peers and then they can work on a strategy through which they want to navigate through these challenges. We can also have the whole point system or else the reward system on a map or else on a board in the classroom so that it will help our students or our learners to visualize their progression. Once the entire game is completed, the entire group of learner as well as teacher can sit down to reflect on what went well and what did not go very well during the game was in progress. Through this activity, you as a teacher can provide your students with points on where they were doing very well and which are some of the points wherein they need to improve. So using all of these points that we have discussed just now, we can implement the concept of gamification in our work as well as for our learning. I hope that you found this video to be helpful. If yes, then please consider subscribing to the channel. I will see you all very soon with a new video. Until then, take very good care of yourselves. Bye.